Code of ethics is a set of principles and rules used by individuals or organizations to govern their decision-making process, as well as to distinguish right from wrong. So for this assignment, in association for computer machinery, there are 4 codes of ethics and professional conduct expresses the conscience of the profession. So I will start with the first one. 1.1, contribute to society and to human well-being, acknowledging that all people are stakeholders in computing. So minimizing negative effects of computers such as risk to health, safety, personal security, and privacy is a key goal of computing professional. Professional in this field of computing should think about whether the outcomes of their work will respect this diversity, be used in socially responsible ways, meet social demands, and be widely accessible. Okay, according to World Health Organization and Health Natural Environment, it's also necessary for human well-being in addition to a safe social context, and computer professionals should be encouraged environmental sustainability both locally and worldwide. All right, for the real case, a bug in Joe Biden campaign app gave anyone access to millions of voters. On 15 September 2020, a privacy bug was discovered in the campaign application. Vote Joe whereas allow anyone to look at sensitive information of the user. So the bug in the application will make it easy for anyone to access any voter information by using the application. A mobile expert who detailed his finding on his blog stated that the application could pull anyone's information by creating a contact on the user's phone with the voter's name. Principles stated to protect fundamental human rights and respect the diversity of culture. So when designing or implementing the system, the developer must attempt to ensure all the product of their efforts will be used in socially reproducible ways, meet the social need, and will avoid harmful effects to the user. We'll proceed to the next 1.2, which is avoid harm. And negative consequences is implied in this sentence, especially if it's significant or disproportionate, for example, unwarranted physical or mental harm, destruction or exposure of information, and unauthorized damage to the property, fame, or the environment. In the real case, Marriott leaked data because of compromised third-party application. In January 2020, hackers abused a third-party application the Marriott used to provide guest services. The attackers gained access to 5.2 million records of Marriott guests. These records include contact information, gender, birthday, loyalty, account details, and personal preferences. Marriott security team noticed a suspicious activity and sealed the insider cause security breach at the end of February 2020. Justification for this case is the attackers used 2 Marriott workers' credentials to get into one of the hotel chain's third-party application. Marriott cybersecurity system were unaware of the workers' profiles, questionable behavior for 2 months. So Marriott may have identified the insertion prior the hackers gaining access to customers' data via third-party, vendor monitoring, and user and entity activity analytics. So this situation could be avoided at the first place if the Marriott hotel worker were not careless and didn't identify the intrusion earlier.
Hi, madam. My name is Muhammad Rizan Shafiq Rosli. I'm from BACF. And for my part, is be honest and trustworthy. Honesty is an essential component of trustworthiness. A competent professional should be transparent and provide full disclosure of all pertinent system capability, limitation, and potential problem to the appropriate party. Computing professionals should be honest about their qualification and about any limitation in their competence to complete a task. Computing professionals should be forthright about any circumstance that might lead to either real or perceived conflict of interest or otherwise tend to undermine the independence of their judgment. Furthermore, commitment should be honored. Computing professionals should not mispresent an organization policy or procedure and should not speak on behalf of, for my case, is online scammer, right? In 1.6 billion ringgit over 51,000 report logged in 2 years. As stated by New Straits Times on year of 2019 and last year, there were 631 online fraud cases were reported in Malaysia, which is involving a total loss of 1.61 billion. My justification based on my study, this case already trending among us and still happen around Malaysia, also other worldwide due to less knowledge in how to avoid being the victim. People who fall and tricked by this online fraud suffer a heavy damage, such as a lot of asset, important information, or both. For 2 years, people of Malaysia lost 1.6 billion, which is not a small amount of money, and also state there this case still happening, and almost 60 to 70 cases happened during the duration of that 2 years.
Madam, my name is Muhammad Kamal Hakim bin Zamzuri, and I'm taking BCF. So my part is be fair and take action, not to discriminate. So this principle is guided by the ideals of justice, equality, and tolerance. To be fair, even meticulous decision-making procedures must offer some means of redressing complaints. So the real case study for this part is racism embedded in US healthcare. The actual case involved in this title is in an algorithm used on more than 200 million patients in US hospitals to determine which ones will likely require additional medication attention. Researchers discovered in October 2019 that white patients were substantially favored over black patients. So the justification is big business, particularly those in the healthcare industry, are attempting to use enormous data sets to enhance how they run as more and more machines make decisions.
My name is Nura Kila. So my part 1.5, respect the work required to produce new idea, invention, creative work, and computer artifact. So developing the requirement creates value for society, and those who expand this part should expect gain value from their work. For the real case for this subsection is Dark Scarf accused of plagiarizing local designer design and campaign concept. In April 2020, Vivi Yusof and her brand Dark Scarf were once again convicted of plagiarism by the netizen when another local designer and brand, Nia Atasha and Sumaru, come forward claiming that the new Dark Scarf collection bears a lot of resemblance and to their collection, which was released in December 2018. So the justification for this case is to, according to the case, it is assumed that the design teams ran out of unique ideas and try to take those ideas from another brand in order to create their own design for scarf. Next subsection is respect privacy. Computing professionals should become conversant in a various definition and form of privacy and should understand the right and responsibility associated with the collection and use of personal information. Facebook security breach exposed personal info of over 11 million Malaysian accounts. This case had happened on April 2021. The data leak include the name, mobile number, emails, gender, occupation, city, country, marital status, and others. 533 million Facebook users. There is a huge amount of privacy leakage for the application users.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul Davita. I'll be presenting on the subsection 7, which is honor confidentiality. In this subsection, it is when a computing promise to honor private information that are not directly related to the performance of their duties because available to them, unless in cases which it involves the violation of laws. About Malaysian data breach sees 46.2 million mobile subscribers' personal details are leaked. In this case, is one of the Malaysian darkest data breach involved more than 46 million mobile subscribers. Data was stolen and leaked. So for the justification, the reason why the case belongs to this subsection is because the online technology forum news site Loyat has uncovered one of the biggest data breach in Malaysia in their forum site. in which they have the option to sell the data to gain more income. But however, they decided to do the right thing instead by reporting the incident to the authorities, which is the Malaysian Communication and Multimedia Commission, MCMC.